Welcome, everybody. This is D. Durrell at the practice today. Want to say what's up to my brother. We on Lock Nation. We're gonna have a discussion today, and guys, we're gonna talk about this black lady. I think her name is Eve, and this Arab guy, whatever the hell. We are going to have a discussion about people in not non-blacks or whomever thinking that they could come in our community and talk shit. We need to discuss this because this has happened since I've been on YouTube many times. I have seen white people from other communities, I've seen Hispanics, I have seen Asians, and now I'm seeing Arabs that have this sense of entitlement as if they have the right to tell black people what to do. Now you're getting to the point where you want to talk about how black people look. You want to make disparaging comments about us. You know, this shit gotta stop. And the sickening thing is for that fat, disgusting Auntie Mama times three looking mammy sat there and allowed this man to say what he said. If he thought Tiffany Griffin was disgusting, what the hell you think he thought you looked like? I'm gonna repeat that. Did it ever come to her realization that if he thought Tiffany Griffin looked disgusting, what the hell he thought you looked like? You look like she looked like she's 300 pounds, got diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and high cholesterol, everything you can name. She looked like she never met a barbecue sandwich she didn't like. Ice cream eating, cornbread eating, fried chicken every goddamn day, pork, every bad, nasty, unhealthy thing you can think of. That's what she represents. And if you thought, you see, this is the problem that I have with people. Some of these disgusting ass, dumb, uneducated, unintelligible people that you have on these platforms. You mean to tell me that you hate Umar Johnson that much? That you just because somebody outside of our community that knows nothing about our struggle, knows nothing really about our people, don't have our experiences, but you allow them to make comments about you or women, and you sit there. Have you ever thought, I guess her name is Eve? Let me know, guys, in the chat. What's up, LB? I think her name is Eve. And I wanted to pull up the video because the first that I heard of this, I was watching TCTV when I first heard about this. And I was appalled. The fact that this Super Mario brother looking as Arab had the audacity to talk about women in our community. This broke ass looking Ron Jeremy looking fat, disgusting, decrepit looking ass man had the audacity to talk about anybody. Looked like he ain't washed his ass in 5 fucking days. Sitting on a couch, unemployed, supposed to be a goddamn journalist, freelance writer, whatever the hell you want to call it, has the nerve to talk about women in our community. You right, man, LB. I'm serious. This Super Mario brother looking ass, fucking Mario looking ass, Mario and Luigi looking ass Arab has the audacity to talk about our women. I'm flabbergasted. Let's talk about your musty ass women wearing all that goddamn fucking cloth and shit, wearing no goddamn deodorant, and probably don't bathe. I'm gonna let you up. We on Lock Nation. Just give me a second. Let me do my little monologue. I gotta get this shit out. What about if we talk about your women? Your crazy ass women wearing all that hot ass shit, sweating underneath. It's 150 degrees outside. You got a fucking black ass cloth on and fucking hijab on and all this other bullshit. What if we talked about them? And yes, she was, and you're right, LB. She was laughing at it like she thought it was funny. So if she thought Tiffany was disgusting looking, what the hell you thought he thought you looked like? Because you by far, I think her name is Eve. You by far, you're no. You by far no beauty queen. And you're right, LB. She was laughing at the shit. She actually thought it was entertaining. She thought that the shit was funny. Your fat ass, hog mouth, hog head eating ass has no right to laugh at anybody about anything, especially when it comes to physicality. I'm sitting here looking like I be damned. This lady had the audacity to laugh. To actually laugh at somebody about how they look. I'm sitting here like, oh my God, are you serious? You basically put your fat piglet looking ass, pit bull head looking ass on camera looking the way you were looking. You should be ashamed of how you look. You should never cam up looking the way you look. And you have the audacity to laugh at Tiffany. Want to make jokes at Tiffany Griffith looking the way you were looking? Are you kidding me? You should never laugh at anybody. If anything, you should want to lose weight and at least have Tiffany body. That would be starters. And I'm getting sick of this, guys, and I'm gonna let the panel come up because I noticed that everybody want to come at Tiffany on how Tiffany looked all of a sudden. Everybody got something to say about how Tiffany looked. And guys, we have to do something about that because that's becoming too common these days, guys. Everybody that's in, this thing of supporting the Umar crowd, we don't have to do something about this. Because I notice every time somebody tries to talk about Tiffany, they want to talk about Tiffany looks and then they want to talk about this bullshit about Tiffany attempting to be a wife of Umar and all this other crazy shit. This has come up a lot. That fat, greasy, linebacker looking ass woman wish that she had a body like Tiffany. She looked like a goddamn offensive lineman. That's how big this woman is. I can't get this, man. I'm sorry. You got 300-pound women think that they can laugh at somebody that's actually good size and shape for her height. Tiffany is tall. Tiffany, like, I'm damn near 6 feet. Yo, fat, musty, grimy looking, greasy looking, sweat kitchen looking ass look like you about 5'5", 285 pounds. And you want to laugh? You have the audacity to laugh? What's up, C-Rock Smooth? What's up, C-Rock? I need to know where that video is because I want to play the video. I've been looking for that video and I cannot find the goddamn video. I need to find, man, C-Rock, do you know what the video? We on Lock Nation, where is the video of the black, fat, greasy looking Auntie Mama and the Ron Jeremy looking ass Arab? unadulterated truth said she could be a hell of a run stopper in a 3-4 defense. Put her ass at nose guard. She can shed blocks. I don't get this, man. I'm like, the way you look, you need to be in the gym. The hell with YouTube. What happened to the gym? She needs a goddamn gym membership. Like you really want to talk about how somebody looks and laugh? And I know thing you are live, and I know what you would say. Oh, okay. So the name of it is Let's See Your Transcripts. I was looking that up, but I couldn't find it. Let me see. Oh, let me see your transcripts. Oh, she better had a goddamn avatar. Okay, I see it here. Now, guys, I want to let you know, guys, this is going to be a very ugly sight. And be prepared that you send this. You remember Shirley that was on What's Happening? She looked like Shirley on steroids. You're about to see a fucking bull-looking ass female all in the camera. So be prepared for this. This is going to be very difficult on the eyes, guys. This is going to be very difficult on the eyes. So I'm just letting you all know this is not something that you want to see. This is going to turn you off. This is not a pretty sight. This is not a pretty sight. Oh my God. Look at this. You see the face of this hideous looking person? This hideous looking person actually tried to laugh at somebody, tried to laugh at Tiffany of how she looked. Can you believe it? Again, this hideous looking person attempted to laugh at somebody on how they look. I can't believe it. I would think a person who looks like this would never laugh at anybody when it comes to the physicality. I would like just be quiet and don't say nothing and just hope that nobody say anything about me. She the type of woman, if you go to a comedy club, you make her big ass sit to the back because you sit in the front, they're gonna try to roast her ass all night. You can say all kind of ugly jokes, fat jokes. And then look like she got a fucking wig on too. I mean, even though the hair look natural, she look like a wig. She got a goddamn vacuum cleaner for a nose. She got them ugly ass glasses on, cheap ugly ass glasses. I mean, you want to laugh at somebody? Your fat ass want to laugh? Are you kidding me? Man, the audacity. Oh, only in 2020. Only in 2020. Will you see something like this? Only in 2020. Look at this. Look at this woman. I be damn. This woman looked like she been eating McDonald's for the last 30 fucking years of her life. Look at her. Unadulterated truth said she looked like she ready to say Hercules, Hercules. Now pass me the Kool-Aid full of sugar. But let's go ahead and listen to this.
Hey everyone, this is Let Me See a Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How y'all doing today?
And look at her mouth, man. Her mouth look disgusting.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Please come on in the room. I wanted to talk with you. I got done with some grading today. And I've been getting a lot of comments on my last video. I thought this would be a really great opportunity, to actually do a discussion about it. I'm a teacher. I want to do.
You a teacher? Your unhealthy looking ass is a teacher? She just said she a teacher? Your big sweaty looking, swollen looking ass is a teacher? Trying to teach kids? You don't even have enough energy. Your ass would be fatigued in the first hour. Really?
I want to make sure. Sorry, the 18. 18, I'm live. Talk to you later. Yeah. Hey. Yes, I saw it last night when I finally went to bed, and then I started doing grades.
You started doing grades, huh?
Or do you want me to drop the link?
I bet you were.
Hey, Christine Parks. Thank you so much for being a good mod, being a good in the comments. Like somebody understands me. So I need to make the comment so my friends.
Can she get to it? God damn it! Yeah, LB said. Nick? What Nick? She ain't got no Nick.
So sorry, y'all.
Nah, I'm sorry for looking at you.
There you go. Okay, mute.
Let me get to the topic, man. She taking too long. Get to the goddamn interview.
That's just stop it. My friends are also, I'm part of the. Okay, we can talk after this. Will you be free after this live? Like maybe 6 p.m. Central Time.
Hold on, guys. Guys, I gotta stop this.
How you doing? Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please, if you can't.
Hold on, guys. Let me stop because let me go to her channel. She a little long-winded, and I don't see the. She said, "Let's discuss my interview with Albert Lanier," and I don't see the goddamn. I don't see the goddamn video. She only reviewed it. Oh, here it go. I see it. Here it goes.
Hey, everyone. Let me see your transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How y'all doing tonight?
History teacher.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, here it goes.
I've watched
Fair use.
so many of these live streams, and hey, now I have to.
Oh, look at this dude. This is the dude that was trying to talk about Tiff. Look at this man. Look at him. Fucking dirty ass mustache. Look at his chin. He got a dent in his chin, guys. This guy got a fucking dent in his chin. Fucking dent in his chin. Fucking, look at him. Fucking dark under his eyes and shit. Cheap ass picture frame on the wall. Got the audacity to talk about. Look at this man. Look at this hideous looking man. Both of them. It's almost like they could be an interracial relationship going wild. Look at this. You want to talk about somebody? You wish that you can get the way you look. You wish you can get a woman that look like Tiffany. You wouldn't even know what to do. But let me go ahead.
Make a note about the last person you saw. The reason that I'm on the show and the reason that I'm discussing Umar is Black Anonymous.
Yes.
Who I know from Twitter.
Let me stop there, guys. Now, for those that don't know who Black Anonymous is, I actually exposed how Black Anonymous looks. Black Anonymous actually is an anti-fraud warrior who is a young, probably mid-20s, 25-year-old black lady that's actually has some as a friend or related or something, has some dwelling or some interaction with anti-Afro Bengali. She actually tried to get my license taken away from me by contacting the board to let them know that I showed a picture of her, which she claimed was not her, but it truly was her. And it was a frivolous attempt. And that's who she's talking about. Black Anonymous. And look, Black Anonymous is right. That's a little avatar. And she is a very demented person.
Let me just give you a brief background before we go any further in terms of the article that I wrote. I wrote this article, I guess it would be in the summer of this year, and it came out. And as I mentioned before, when I do interviews on talk shows and podcasts and radio shows and so forth, I'm usually always promoting my blog because I feel like I have to. And I've only written the blog for 3 years. When I was writing for magazines and newspapers before that. So I'm new to the blog. It is interesting. In any event, I don't always promote, and sometimes I promote individual blog pieces. So I'm there on a show to talk about this piece or that piece. When I wrote the Umar piece, I had no interest in promoting it. To be blunt, I don't know anything about African-American media because Umar is a figure within the African-American communities.
Stop the fucking show. Did y'all just hear this? This fool just said he don't know anything about African-American community or issues. Let me repeat that. But you want to comment on the women. Let me repeat that.
Discussing Umar is Black Anonymous.
Yes.
who I know from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just give you a brief background before we go any further in terms of the article that I wrote. I wrote this article, I guess it would be in the summer of this year, and it came out. And as I mentioned before, when I do interviews on talk shows and podcasts and radio shows and so forth, I'm usually always promoting my blog because I feel like I have to. And I've only written the blog for 3 years when I was writing for magazines and newspapers before that. So I'm new to the blog thing. It is interesting. In any event, I don't always promote, and sometimes I promote individual blog pieces. So I'm there on a show. That piece. When I wrote the Omar piece, I had no interest in promoting it. To be blunt, I don't know anything about African American media because Omar is a figure within the African American communities. And I really knew nothing about African American media. I'm a little more educated now after this article.
Didn't know shit about them, but you want to start commenting.
Knew no one in it. The shows I've been on, nothing to do with African Americans. So
of course it didn't.
I really knew no one. And thus, I had no interest in promoting the piece. It wasn't one of the pieces that I promoted. I had no interest. And True Black Anonymous, I have no idea what his real name is, okay, no. Yeah. Had told me on Twitter, he asked me, could I go on some shows and talk about it? And I said, yeah, sure. I thought, well, it's flattering. Someone asked me to promote it. Okay. And eventually when I, talked to you and about doing the show, the guy, I mean, when I really think about it, it was really him. Had it not been for him, I wouldn't be doing this. So
Black Anonymous.
Black Anonymous for this. Because, actually oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually informing a lot of people about who he is. Some people did not know.
I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to get comments from the brothers on here. Welcome. We on Lock Nation. C-Rock Smooth. What's up, fellas?
All around the world, same song, same bullshit.
Same bullshit. Now, did you all watch the full video of this interview?
I watched half of it and I got disgusted after the first half.
Now, this is a man that admitted he don't know shit about the black community, but he want to comment on the black community. How ironic is that?
He has an article because it's like this. He claims to be a freelancer. Okay, this is out of his words. This is out of his own mouth. For 22 years, he was a article writer, and
okay.
he's written about many things, but now he has this long ass article about Umar, and I gotta pull it up because it's the life and liberty, the lies about Umar Johnson, and it's dated July 21st. And when I listen to this interview, and by the way, she's banned. I just want to put that out there. She's banned from the black community. Period.
Exactly.
You're gonna let somebody infiltrate and fucking not only talk down to one person, which I can understand. People have their right to do whatever they want to do. But in terms of talking down to a whole community that you don't nothing about, only Black and Miles and black whores and this and that and this and the third. That's all you know about? Really, dude?
Yo.
Okay.
Yo, let me say this, bro. From the looks of it, she was never a part of the black community, bro. She's been an outcast. Who the fuck would want her in their circle? She's an outcast,
she can
bro.
fit the fucking circle. As far as I'm concerned, her big ass. She is the circle. Shit.
Big old precious looking bitch.
Oh, you said precious. Oh my
I mean, so
god.
can anybody give me a timestamp of where she went in, where he attempted to go in on Tiffany?
I didn't see that. All I know is that he said that she was ugly or something like that. It was like
I
ugly.
saw it. I can't remember what channel I saw it on. He said she was ugly. Said that she was a disgusting looking individual. This broke ass Ron Jeremy looking as porn star mustache, got a dent in his chin as Arab, had the
Right.
audacity to talk about Tiffany. And this bulldog face looking ass woman had the audacity to laugh at anybody. You should say
Yo,
nothing when somebody talk about how somebody look. Like you need to get
yo,
on a diet. You look so unhealthy. Like unhealthy people don't have a right to laugh at anybody, as far as I'm concerned.
he
I'm
looked like a broke
trying.
ass Fidel Castro.
Yeah, look at this,
I'm
man.
trying not to go there. I'm really not trying to go
I'm
there with
sorry.
her.
Hey,
She's
it's all
too
game,
easy.
man. Look what he said. Look
She's
how he
too
disrespected.
easy. She's too fucking easy.
Look at this. Look how she look. Look at this.
She
Look at
looked
this
like
face.
Sherman.
Oh,
These-
what was that old joke from back in the day? Your mama so fat she kicked over a can. I said, "What's she doing?" She said, "Moving."
Bro,
I'm trying not to go there.
I'm sorry, man, but a woman that looks like this and this man, a man that looks like this, you can't get a date. Shit, if Tiffany was in your face, you would be trying to simp. You'd be the main one trying to simp to get her. Are you
she looked
fucking
like a
kidding me?
life-size piggy bank.
Dog,
Like
you can
niggas just
suck
walk
the.
by and
You
try
can.
to put quarters. They try to put quarters in the rolls and shit.
I'm like, look at how she look, and look at how he looks.
You can suck. You can suck the feed off of Tiffany. But with this broad here, it's just like a full meal, a full course fucking meal. I'm trying, dude. You are making me go there. I don't want to go there.
Hey man,
But
hey, you can
but I
go there
will say
tonight.
this. I will say this. I don't know. I don't know who this woman is. I don't want to know who this woman is. You infiltrate. You let a person infiltrate the family. If I have a problem with you and I have a problem with C Rock, we handle it individually in our own house. You let somebody just come in and creeping in, just let that in the cracks and take notes in his little notepad and say, "Well, these niggers here." I'm like, oh, who? First of all, we gonna look at you and say, who the fuck is you, dude? Who
Right.
really are you? And you said what to our black women? What, dog?
Exactly.
And I gotta read that. I'm still reading that article, but it's just like, dude, what do you do? I mean, I'm not from Detroit. I'm from Lansing, but Detroit is just making me homesick. But you got all these rules and regulations that surround guys like that say you cannot do anything bodily harm to this dude without, incriminating yourself. So he's just glad that he is safe from the laws that are in this country. He is just so very safe. He's lucky. I mean, apparently, what I would like to do, what I would love to do at this very moment, I would like, to do X, Y, Z, but that would be too easy for me. That'll be too easy for a person like me. That'll be too easy for a black man, an African, to do to a person that infiltrates the family.
She allowed it, man, and she laughed.
She's a
She laughed
fucking
at his corny jokes.
She's a fucking grizzly bear-sized coon. She's
like
a
the
grizzly
shit don't
coon.
apply to her elephant-looking ass. Like, did she think the shit don't apply to her? This man don't know shit about the black community. He looks at everybody as a stereotype or as in the majority. So if he thinks this of one black woman, he thinks of this as for all black women. This dude, he admitted his own admission. I don't know much about the community. That means you don't even interact with the community. If you don't know shit about the community, that means you don't have no business writing about the community.
He must have heard about them big girls and how they be giving that head up.
YouTube videos. You watch a couple of fucking YouTube videos and some goddamn blogs by Black Anonymous of all people. Black Anonymous. Young ass Black Anonymous. Ghetto face looking ass Black Anonymous. I actually exposed her already. I don't know if people remember. I exposed how she looked.
I don't know who Black Anonymous is, but all I do know is
she must look like
she's an original anti-fraud warrior. She's actually she probably was a fraud warrior before Lenore Honor.
Oh God, Jesus Christ. I mean, yo, 2021 is coming up real soon. I'm gonna get it in as much as I possibly can tonight. Because after this, all can go straight to you know where. All of it can go straight to hell.
Man, this shit is ridiculous.
Yo, we can go find her right now. If we really want to find her right now, we can go to an open buffet. I bet you that bitch will be there.
Hold on, I got an emergency phone call. I'll be right back.
All right.
I bet you can go to like Old Country Buffet, all you can eat, and that bitch would be right there like, oh my, like, yeah, bitch, we found you.
Making love to the chicken, to the drumsticks, right. And the fucking face full of food and shit, stuffed face all messy looking. She looked like a messy eater, just gobbling up shit.
Yo, you know what they say about the Caribbean men? A lot of Caribbean men, they like big women like this, so I'm thinking maybe this bitch is probably fucking around with Make a Change or something.
You may like that kind of shit.
Yeah, this one to Make a Change hoes.
Yeah, can't get your arms around her. Type of women.
Facts.
You can't put your arms around her.
He need to do her goddamn taxes.
Shit. Her biggest fucking write-off expenses food.
Yo, the shit that killed me was when she turned sideways, you could see the bitch got like a two-tone neck.
Yeah, like this shit is like, I'm looking at this woman like, you laughing at how somebody look. Like, are you delusional? Like, did somebody tell you like, you look great?
She look like fucking Respucia from Norbit.
Exactly. That's who she remind me of. Like, this is, I don't know who Energy is, but your ass you about to get timed out. I ain't got time to be playing with you. He trying to go in on you, C-Rock.
This might be his girl.
Like this big ass looking, like I'm looking at this woman. And I'm looking at him too. Look like look like a fucking recovering meth addict. I'm like, you two should not be talking about anybody. Like, just stick to the topic, stick to the whatever the issues at hand, but don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this dude's a broke ass Arab. Like, he didn't get a chance to buy no gas, and he ended up in the fucking hood somewhere.
Like, literally, I'm like, then he's saying he doing. You're supposed to be a journalist, and you've been relegated to doing blogs. You can tell when somebody unemployed when they try to talk vaguely about all the other activities that they doing and shit. You don't talk specifics.
Right.
You're just talking about the stuff you're doing. But is that shit generating money?
So this
Like
dude said
really?
he used to be an author. He said, or what he used to do?
I wrote for a lot of people. I wrote for a lot of different people, and now I'm doing blogs, and I'm on the blogs, and I'm freelancing. When somebody telling you they freelancing, that mean they ain't getting paid shit.
Yeah, that mean they unemployed. They in between
Exactly.
jobs.
Freelancing, that means you just writing shit and nobody ain't paying you for it. And then
That
freelancing,
nigga, I know who the hell
go
he
ahead.
is. That's the nigga that used to do the micro machine commercials.
I'm like, man, dude, you got the audacity to talk about somebody, man. I'm just looking at this like, man, are you for real right now? Like, are you for real? You really want to start talking about people? Like, you should not. You should just left that shit alone. And she's
He
sitting
got
there
a
just.
fat face and a skinny body. Like his shit is all discombobulated.
And he look old as fuck. Like you, I bet he look older than his age too.
Right.
I'm like, see, this is the problem, man, with black people, man. Like, you hating on another. You doing this in the name of tearing down another black man that's trying to do some shit. But see, what's happening? What I'm finding out, man, there's a lot of non-black people that don't want to see Umar Johnson succeed. There are a lot of
That's the
non-black people.
Americoons. I keep telling y'all.
Yeah,
There's Africoons and then you got Americoons.
they don't want to see this man successful. So they're online pretending to be black.
They want donations, man. This all comes down to donations. She's waiting for her day where she can get some donations like everybody else, so she can make some extra change on the side. It's all money. These are all sellouts.
Yes.
These are all sellouts. You know what I mean? She probably lost her job, and YouTube is her last opportunity to get some money.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm just looking at this like, man, are y'all fucking kidding me? Like, you gonna really try to go in?
She knew.
Now I see
She was
Anna right
praying.
now.
She was praying that shit didn't backfire on her. Is that the comment section? Because I'm pretty sure somebody was talking greasy in her comment section.
Yeah, that's a comment section.
Somebody. Oh wow.
I mean, I stopped it here, but they were saying shit. You know, they were saying all kinds of shit.
They hate Dr. Johnson so much they gave this big old grizzly bear looking hoe a pass. That's a damn shame.
So she actually part of the anti-fraud team?
I don't know what the hell she's a part of. She a part of the motherfucking ice cream sandwich team or something. That bitch, she jumped on when she seen Umar eating that ice cream sandwich. That bitch came out of nowhere. Like, how dare you?
Not give it to me so I can eat it.
Right.
How dare you eat an ice cream sandwich and not get me one?
Right. Like, come on, man.
I mean, I bet her legs fucking got fucking cellulite and shit. Fucking gut out of no, got fucking 15 rolls on each side, fat back, black thighs in the middle and shit. Just swollen feet. Just reach nothing but type 2 diabetic.
They said all you gotta do is slide a bus pass through one of her cracks and you can ride her.
Fucking titties probably sagging and shit. Just fucking body just all fucking bundled up, out of place.
When she
lay
down, her titties just go underneath her arms when she lay down.
And I saw she in her video catalog, she did stuff on Kevin Samuels and shit. So I guess she probably one of them black women, 5'5", 350 pounds, saying, I want a high value man. I deserve a high value man. Complaining why black men don't like me.
Right.
It's nothing. You can take me the way I am. I'm smart. I'm educated. Shit, that's
Like,
about
nah,
it.
she need to
It
look in the
stops at
mirror and ask herself that same question. She need to look at herself and say, bitch, would you like you? Shit.
that. I'm looking
She
at this
wouldn't
shit,
even want
right?
her.
I'm looking at this motherfucker. And I talked to Tiffany about this today. And there's potential that some things she's trying to do. She's trying to grow her channel too. She's trying to do all kind of shit to grow her channel. You
If
know,
she grows her, if I doubt it, she should have just came out like anti-Afro without the picture. She could have done a whole lot better. Ain't nobody
oh,
watching that bitch look like that. Nobody. She should have came out with a little icon and she would have made
yeah,
it. She's done. Dead in the water.
yeah, man.
At
She
least, at
should
least
have.
anti-Afro was smart enough not to show niggas her ugly ass face. This bitch came straight out the gate and fucked all the way up. She's
Wow.
done. Anybody who watch her show, the way she look, them niggas got to be on drugs.
But hey, some of them probably are the way they talk and the way they act, because some of them come popping up on one platform to another. But you notice, man, on our side, we welcome any and everybody to come on so we can get at them. We don't turn
Right.
challenges down. But on their
Right.
side, oh, no, these motherfuckers can't do that. They if you so stern and so right, why don't you welcome us to come and talk about it? You know what I'm saying? You want to
It's
come?
easy.
Notice they always come popping up over here. They come on your shit, mine, TC, everybody want. Matter of fact, I remember TC did a live stream panel. You probably had 3 or 4 people that were anti-Umar on the goddamn panel.
Mm-hmm.
You would not see that on the end. You don't see Gerald Palmer. Gerald Palmer got mad at me, quote unquote, wanted to debate me and interview me. Then he pulled out a day before the guy. And then the thing about it, he pulled out of a debate that he requested. That's how coward he is. He came to me saying, "Let's have a debate and interview." I said, "Okay, let's do it. I can't wait to tear your ass up on your own platform." Then
Right.
I did a live stream about a month and a half ago. He got mad at some shit I said, and then next thing you know, I'm not gonna do it. No, you were scared to get your ass embarrassed. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to talk to this D Darrell. I can't have a person that thinks like this on my man. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit that you talking. Either you wanted to do it or not.
No, anti-Afro probably talked him out of it.
Yeah, then he was crying, trying to raise money and shit. And then he cried about talking about people were contacting his I think they gave his wife negative reviews on Google and shit. No, but you're the one that said, no, you the main one talking about somebody get in trouble, somebody do something, they did it to themselves. You the main one.
Right.
Well, no, I didn't do it. You did it to yourself. You should never say that. To be honest with you, he probably was the one that got my channel shut down.
Probably.
No telling. So yeah, man.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm looking at this like this woman here, man. Like these guys got now you're starting to see these characters, man. It's just got people popping up. But you should have known this, man. Everybody see the money in talking about Umar Johnson.
Yep.
Like doctor, they see, damn, if I can get in with AAS and get me a nice little following, I can get a few thousand subscribers and get a little shit. I can do half as good as Lennon Honor, making $1,000 a night, talking bullshit. Even tonight, man, Lennon Honor talking right now about Umar Johnson living in hotels and shit. I'm like, dude,
Bro.
You don't even own the house you in, and you paying. You allegedly on fucking public assistance and shit. You ain't got the right to talk about nobody what they doing.
Yo, let me tell you something. When
Yeah.
I haven't went live on the C Rock Smooth channel, not one time. When I go live, bro, it is going to be fucking crazy. It's
Yeah, I
gonna be
can't wait.
stupid. Oh man, we're gonna have a field day. We're gonna have a fucking field day because in this, when I go live, it's gonna show people how many people actually support Dr. Johnson. They don't feel comfortable going on these platforms because they know that all the other platforms are hate platforms. But they know that
Yeah, I
my
know.
platform is a platform of love. So the people who got love for Dr. Johnson, they come on my shit because I don't be lying on them and trying to trash them. So the live is gonna be so fucking big, it's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna
When
be
you plan on?
ridiculous. I'm gonna wait till the beginning of the year.
Okay. Shit
I'm
sounds
gonna
good
do it
to
next
me.
year. Yeah, it's gonna be
Hey
crazy,
man,
man.
it sounds good to me, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm definitely gonna look forward to it. But I'm just like, man, like these people, man, all of these misfits popping up and shit, all these different people
Yeah,
popping up, and now everybody trying to get on this make money off of Umar Johnson and shit. You know, I'm just gonna come up with some new shit. And so this is just the latest example. Nobody knew who this woman comes. She just came out of nowhere. Now she interviewing people and shit. And
oh,
they got these non-black people, man, talking shit. So now this what we gonna have to
she
deal with. Now you're gonna have fucking alleged white supremacists and shit could be coming popping up in
right,
our platform saying all kinds of dumb shit. I mean, it's all kind of
right.
shit.
Uh, just watch and see. Watch
Yeah,
all the
man.
people that's gonna pop out. They're gonna pop out. When I go live, people gonna be popping out the woodworks, and they're gonna have the same sentiment that we have for the whatever the fuck, what is it, the broad warriors or broad warriors or some shit. I don't know. But
Anti-fraud
they're
warriors.
gonna have the same, yeah, they're gonna have the same sentiment as us when it comes to Dr. Johnson. They just don't want to be bothered with going on those platforms and getting ambushed by the haters. That's all.
True. That is true. Because they make it a point, man. These people make it a point to thumbs down your video. They make it a point to go and put comments in the comment section. You know, to say whatever, man. They make it a fucking point, man. I'm like, man, y'all need to chill out. It's like these people, like it's like they don't do anything, but they go around waiting for somebody to say some shit that they don't agree with, so they can go in and try to
Right.
do this shit. It's like they live for
Then
this
they
shit
ambush
daily,
you.
man.
Comments. All he said
But they
was,
do this shit every day.
all this dude said was, they're afraid of your school, Dr. Johnson. 10 comments. People just ambushed him.
Yeah. But then you got people like this guy. Now he want to get into the game. Albert, whatever the hell his name is, Albert want to get in the game because he think he can get some notoriety.
That's why I keep telling y'all, stop mentioning these people. Every time y'all bring them onto y'all shows, y'all give them a little traction. Now,
These
now
fools here, man.
there's anything back to us now. We're giving these motherfuckers life. I kept giving nicknames to people so we don't give them life. Nobody's following the
Yeah,
rules. Nobody's following the
yeah.
rules. They're just feeding into it. You know, Tiff could have easily shrugged this off like fuck that bitch and just kept it moving, but somehow she ended up on one of these shows and now she got a little viral thing going now. And this is just a loser. The bitch is just a loser. You don't deserve all this attention. You won't see me talking about none of these people. I ain't gonna be talking about none of these people. We're gonna be talking about world issues. We're gonna be talking about things that directly affect the black community, either positive or negative. We're gonna be talking about shit that we need to start doing right now. We're gonna start
True.
talking about how we need to be better planners and not just stop being so spontaneous. Like, don't be afraid to plan something that's gonna, come to fruition 5 years from now. Stop looking for instant gratification. We're gonna have real conversations, and then every once in a while, you obviously I'm a clown around, so it's gonna be a sense of humor to the show. It's gonna be excellent, man. I'm just actually trying to find the actual space that I want to have my studio in. I want to get my banner. I got to order my banner. All kind of stuff got to get done. But I got the camera and I got the microphone. I just need to, perfect my setup.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that, man. To seeing it. I need to organize my damn background too. I had a little situation going, and then man, when my channel got shut down, I kind of fell off after that. I had a little background and little stuff that I had my camera hooked up, but that I would go live on Fridays and do my camera and my backdrop and whatever. But man, it's like I'm my backup channel now, D Darrell the Rebirth, and I'm making that. I've actually gotten over 150 subs in the last since my channel went down, so I'm over 1,000. It used to be
really?
a music channel. Yeah, I'm over 1,000 on D Darrell the Rebirth. But check this out, man. YouTube messing with me hard because sometimes I can't even log in the goddamn channel or do different things I need to do because it was linked to. Yes, man, I cannot. Sometimes I can try to log in, it'll tell me you can't, something wrong with the account. It was once linked with the D Darrell platform, and I'm trying to get it to separate where it could be its own account, but I can't do it. It was a brand account that was under that. Yeah, man.
So
YouTube,
it must be under the same email.
Yeah, but I changed the email.
You did? How could you change the email when the page is already made?
Yeah, I changed the email. You can go under your Google account and you can use an alternative email. You can use another email. You can add an email.
Oh, wow.
You can't. This is what you can do. You can't terminate the previous email, but you can add an alternative email.
Okay.
To do things,
I didn't know
man.
that.
Still, yeah, man, you can do all that, man. I was playing around with that shit for about a good day and a half, and then I finally got it. But yeah, that's why I'm using D. That's why now I broadcast from D Darrell the Rebirth, and This Is Not D Darrell. I'm hoping that I won't This Is Not D Darrell to grow. I'm gonna change the name because a lot of people think it's a troll account, but I'm gonna change the name and rebrand it. Huh?
That's exactly what I thought. So I'm pretty sure plenty of other people thinking that too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna have to change the name and I'm gonna change the avatar. And I'm gonna try to see D Darrell. This Is Not D Darrell only got like 57 subs, So I gotta
just put This Is D Darrell.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm thinking about changing the whole name or something so people to give it something else. But how
many more watch time minutes do you need to get monetized on the D Darrell channel?
The D Darrell the Rebirth, I need about 2,300 minutes. I already got the subs, but I don't have the watch time. The reason why I don't have the watch time because on that music channel when it was DDS Sounds, I never went live on it. I rarely went live. All I did was I had like 28 videos on there. I didn't do a lot because I only did music. I only did music like once or twice a month on the channel. I didn't do a lot of, I didn't post a lot of videos. So What's up, Nashay? How you doing, sis? But yeah, so I got to get the watch time so that I can get that channel back monetized, which is going to take me probably another month and a half, maybe. If
That's
I keep
not bad.
Did they give you a strike? They gave you a strike?
They terminated the channel.
Oh my God, these dudes.
Yeah.
Susan is a pimp. A pimp, you should know. Susan runs YouTube.
Man, Mr. Research, they terminated my channel like a month ago, less than a month ago, man.
That's dirty.
Look, don't feel so bad. You remember Future Society of Gentlemen?
Yeah.
He's never made a video ever. He's had his channel for maybe 5 years. They terminated his channel. They terminated his channel for violating YouTube video.
Community guidelines.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the same shit they did me. And then they didn't even list the videos, man. They just took my shit without even giving me the videos.
Well, you know what? One
That's
thing
crazy.
I try to tell people, I don't know if you remember, I told you I went down to San Mateo and I've sat with them because when they destroyed my 42,000 subscriber channel, I was kind of livid. I was like, this is my third time building up a channel. I'm kind of mad at this point, right? And this was my alpha male wisdom channel that Ramil and everybody used to love, right? And I'm like, all I was sitting in a convertible car with a cigar in my mouth. They called that nudity.
What?
I kid you not. I kid you not.
You need to get a lawyer.
That again, see, that's what they want you to do. Because here's the thing. No. Listen to me. You are right. Technically, I'm supposed to get a lawyer, right? And do what Willie D did. Willie D, they terminated his page. He got a lawyer, cost him about $5,000-7,000, and they fought and they got it back. Okay. The problem is, this is why they keep changing community guidelines. The problem is, right after the Willie D incident, they changed the guidelines so they can never get caught like that again. And when you accept the guidelines, you can never use what Willie D used in court.
Right.
Wow.
Because of common law, you can win it all over again because of common law.
Technically, yes, but here's the strength of their argument. D. Durrell owns YouTube. It's not a public place.
D. Durrell owns YouTube.
No, I'm giving you an example. D. Durrell owns YouTube. It's not a public place. Therefore, C. Rock doesn't have rights on what D. Durrell owns.
And that's their argument.
That's their court argument.
Is that what they changed? Is that what they changed in the community guidelines and shit like that?
Yeah, that's what they changed after Willie D won.
Wow. But you know what's going to happen, Mr. Research? I hate to say this, being that they changed those guidelines due to that, but they also going to come for some more money.
No,
in 2021.
No. Here's what happened. Back when I started 2007, it was a fair shake. It was like we get 60, they get 40 or something like that. I mean, you made a lot of money back then. I never signed up for the money because I was just trying to help. And my job is very stressful, right? So I was never really tripping off the money, even though I should have been. I missed out on a lot of money. Me and O'Shea schooled me and said, dude, you better get this money. You better turn that AdSense on. I didn't even know what AdSense was. I really wasn't tripping off it. And
wow.
And O'Shea got into the AdSense and blah, 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 blah. And that's when he started making his dollars. That's when they started changing it, when O'Shea started winning. So what had happened, D. Durrell, they took it from 60-40 split. And this is the time that Susan came in, because the Asian guy used to run all this. Susan came in and changed it to a 50-50 split just to see how people would respond. And when people did not get that much in the uproar, she kept going down and down.
Yep.
So now, one of the reasons she terminated you, get this, your videos, I guarantee in some form or fashion, whether it be on BitChute or some other European model, I guarantee your videos are still playing somewhere and they still generating some ad revenue from it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
But this way, you don't have it. You don't have access to it. Therefore, get this, they don't have to split the money with you.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much what they're doing right now is they just you know, they're your manager and they own your royalties, and you just got to be happy for whatever the hell crumbs you get.
They own your mixtape money. They own your stage performance.
Yeah,
It's a
man, it's a
360
bad
there.
deal, man.
It's a whole 360 there.
But see, like you talked about, Mr. I remember, you know, when you were saying how these guys looking at YouTube as a business, and you were saying, you alluded to the fact that YouTube is a hustle.
A hustle.
And they have guys who I understand you looking at it as a business
because you never had one before.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a business, and I'm like, you can't say you have a business when you don't control the terms,
and you don't employ nobody.
Yeah. So I mean, from a if you want to look at it from a functional standpoint, the fact that you are having a business is more than just you making money off a product or service. It's also the legalities of how things are operated and as it relates to the decisions that are made and the umbrella that you're operating under, and you don't control that. Somebody else does.
If that's the case,
it's just like you filing for an S corp or an LLC to operate a business, get your tax ID. But when you start to operate the business, there's another person telling you everything you have to do and how you can make money, and you don't control how you're going to operate.
Exactly.
You know, and that's not what a real business is. It don't in a real business, you as the owner or partners, you determine how you function, how you make money, and how you operate. And those guidelines are not set by you. So what you basically are is what they basically are, and what I argued some of these guys in the manosphere about this. I say basically what you are is a subcontractor. That's basically
if that.
Huh?
If that.
Yeah, I say basically that's what you're basically a subcontractor or list. That's it. That this is not something, where you control the terms and can dictate, manipulate. They're doing that. You're operating under their terms.
Let me give you a mathematical visual. I'll be real quick. What you're saying, D. Darrell, and see if you can get this, C-Rock. It's like saying there's a McDonald's renting a space, a legal space in a building right across the street from a high school. Okay. There's a person coming up with a lunch truck, but they're not there all the time. Then you got somebody like me coming up with a not even a hot dog cart, a Mexican burrito cart on wheels. Okay. The minute you and the McDonald's start losing money, you're the only legal person that's supposed to be there. You got the power to complain to the city, and you know what's going to happen? They going to run the truck off, but the truck ain't going to trip because it's sticking and moving. But I thought I had a business because I've been here for a year winning. I make $60,000 from this cart. But then the police come up and say, hey, this is the health official. Do you have a license to do what you're doing? Well, I have a business. I don't need a license. I've been here for a year. And here come D. Darrell. Bruh, this ain't a business. McDonald's allowed you to do that in front of that. I ain't even in front of their building. I'm off to the side. Sir, come with us, sir. Come with us, sir.
The real reason why a small business like that couldn't beat a McDonald's is, for one, well, matter of fact, you don't even need a two for this. McDonald's is paying thousands and thousands of dollars in taxes. The government respects who's paying the most taxes when you really, really look at the situation.
Exactly. And my point is, C-Rock, you can't really call yourself a business if you're not recognized by the city or in D. Darrell's case, he was just saying by YouTube, who's cutting the checks.
Yep.
Well, I mean, as far as
And they
my
cutting all the
channel,
goddamn chicks.
as far as my channel, I got a business ID coming real soon. Real soon.
But here's my thing. You do, I do, D. Darrell does, but what I'm saying is Susan doesn't have to really give you a check.
True. She could demonetize everything.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Susan right now has an algorithm unsubscribing people. Susan right now has an algorithm not letting certain content make it to the trend section.
Yep.
I heard about that.
Why is all that happening? It wasn't like that before. So Susan is doing that because Susan realizes as long as your stuff plays and she gets the watch time, matter of fact, the time I've been on here so far, on the replay, if she can get 2 30-second ads or 5-second ads, she won. She don't care about the rest of the video. Go ahead, C-Rock. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I'm just listening to what you're saying. I mean, if she stops paying motherfuckers, then YouTube as a whole will take a hit.
She's already paying people at 1/5 now. When D. Darrell came around, when I first met D. Darrell, she was at 2/3. This chick is at 1/5 now.
Right, but the same thing that happened to Uber is going to end up happening to Susan, because Uber did the same shit. Slowly but surely, they kept trimming and taking, and now it's in a position now where they're going to actually make it mandatory for drivers to get XYZ per hour, and they're going to have benefits now.
No. I love you, C-Rock, but I've been in politics since '86. So here's what happened.
It's in zones. It's all about a vote.
Okay. The measure that you're talking about was a word bait and switch. Let me explain why. So here in California, and I'm just going to use California. Maybe in your state it's different, but I'm just going to use in California.
That's why I said it's all about zones. It's all about a vote. So one state, they can get benefits in an hourly wage, and in another state, they might not want it. So I said it's all in zones. It depends on the vote.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm very aware of what's going on. They're allowing each state to decide how they want to handle the Uber situation.
True. I'll just finish up by saying, and C-Rock is right. I'll just finish up by saying what happened here in Cali is when Governor Gavin came into office, he passed benefits through California Senate legislation for the drivers. But what the driver companies did, they got all together and they spent $40 million with a bait and switch ad. And the bait and switch ad says, vote for measure, I think it was 22. And you'll get these benefits and blah, blah, blah. But what they didn't know, they already had it. It's already been signed into law. It was just going to be applied in 2021. So when everybody went out, because I was talking to an Uber driver about this, C-Rock, when everybody went out listening to that marketing D-Darrell, that they were going to get benefits, they didn't realize they already had it. And what they did was they voted for 22. And what 22 says in the actual bill is that the Ubers and blah don't have to provide benefits. So since the people won Measure 22, now that undid the 2019 thing that Governor Gavin had already given them.
I want to know this, and anybody can ask this. I want to know how Uber has affected the taxi driving business.
Oh, they damn near took them out. They almost took the cab drivers out.
They done.
Yeah, because you don't hear anything about taxis anymore. I rarely see, like in the city, I mean, in Houston, I rarely see taxis. I don't even see a lot of taxis around airports anymore. And I live right next, I only live like what 12, 13 minutes from Hobby Airport. Even when I go to Bush International, I hardly see any at all, any taxis at all.
You know what's killing them right now? Two things are killing the cab companies. One, they take too fucking long to come pick you up. And two, they cost way more than all of these different rideshare companies. And they don't want to adapt. They don't want to create a red and white cab app. If they did that, that shit would change everything. If they reduced their prices, that shit would change everything. But you know what's going down? Instead of the prices, the medallion. The price of the medallion is going down. You can get a medallion over here for 50,000, bro. Them shits used to be almost a fucking $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explain what the medallion is.
Oh, the medallion, that's like your badge that says that you're a registered cab driver with the state. So you can put that medallion on any vehicle. It could be an SUV, you could put it on a car, a fucking pickup truck, anything you want. As long as you got that medallion, you can legally do transportation wherever you go. No, I don't think it's wherever you go, but anywhere in the state you get your medallion, it's as good as gold to do anything in the livery service.
That's smart.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I seen a guy purchase a house with his medallion. That's how much this shit used to be worth. Motherfucker took the cab medallion and gave up a little fixer-up house, man, and that was a good trade because dude didn't want to be a cab driver no more, and he wanted his first property. I guess he didn't want to grind it out and get it himself. Sometimes these cab drivers get robbed, fucking beat up, and they just get traumatized, man. It's a very, very dangerous job. Because I was asking the cab driver, I'm like, how do you get hurt when you got the bulletproof glass? He was like, man, this motherfucker jumped out and opened up my door. I'm like, you had your fucking door locked? What is wrong with y'all? Yo, you got all that bulletproof glass just to leave your door open? You stupid. You almost deserve that. I mean, I hate to say a guy deserved to get robbed and beat up, but if somebody get outside the car angry, why the hell would you not lock your door?
Well, let's look at it from this, C-Rock. Educate me on this. This is the problem I have with technology claiming that it's improving things. To your point, if the cab drivers were making more money, and obviously these cats are making less to the point they got to get multiple rides just to get the money that the one ride cab was getting, they don't have the protection that you're talking about. So the way I be looking at history, C-Rock, it's going to take about 3 or 5 more years for the criminal to just fuck it, bust him upside the head with the bottle.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what the cab companies got to do, and they could change the whole game, right? You know how you got cards to get on the bus and shit, and you got the machines where you put the money on your cards. Cab drivers, the cab companies, if they put machines all over the place where you could load up cards and just tap it, that would eliminate all of the fucking robberies. Just like Uber, everything's electronical. The only thing that can happen to you in an Uber incident is you be disrespectful or somebody get in your car belligerent and just beat the shit out of you. But you're not going to get robbed. You're just going to get beat up because somebody was in a bad mood or you said the wrong shit. So if they could just do that, they could make it 20 times more safer for our cab drivers. But they're probably not going to do it. These guys are not open to new ideas that own these cab companies.
But you know what I would do if I was a cab, if I was in the cab business, I don't know. I would change the way the vehicles. I would mandate something where the vehicle, because of Lyft and because of Uber, it shows that people don't really care if you are not, like, you know how those cab vehicles have, you know, the yellow cabs, and they have their own like uniform looking vehicles and so forth, or their symbols and stuff like that. I would reformat that in a way in which those vehicles don't have to be as identifiable because Uber and Lyft have proven people are willing to drive in anybody's vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you don't have to look at a cab and say at this point you don't have to look at that form of transportation and identify like, oh wow, that's my cab. I mean,
Oh,
if they
okay.
use the
Yeah.
technology that we have now, all you need is a something like, I don't know, maybe something you put on your car, some device or something to highlight what business it is, and that's it. You don't necessarily have to have a green cab, a yellow looking cab or something like that. It could be just any regular looking car that's, oh, he jumped. Oh, he's back on.
No,
Okay.
he's still here.
Any regular looking vehicle, and people are willing to drive in a car that they don't identify as a particular business, And I
See,
think,
I love this. Black men talking business. This is smart. Let me marry the two situations, you and D Darrell. I mean, you and C Rock. C Rock said
Right.
about the medallion. That's really important. And you talking about the appearance of the cab. So how about this, D Darrell? Uber and Lyft don't want you to use any car older than a 06.
Right.
okay,
The reason they don't want you to use that because they have a second company that sells cars to drivers, and they get a percentage of that. Okay,
oh wow,
so if D Darrell, we use what you talking about appearances, and these cab companies do exactly what C Rock is talking about, and create a model that says, "Hey, D Darrell, you now can use a 2000 1999 car. You could use a two-door if you want to. And to C Rock's point, all you need is the medallion. We'll take care of the rest."
Let me tell y'all what we're doing right now. And this is the problem that we have, right? We have these genius ideas, right? And then some white dude will probably hear this shit and invest in it and make billions of fucking dollars.
Well, see, that's always the problem because as I said to D Darrell a long time ago, it's family money versus blacks wanting to be independent.
Right.
You gotta. I did a show that blacks have to be monolithic. When people look in the dictionary, monolithic means system organization. So why do we black people say we don't all think alike? That has nothing to do with the word monolithic. Think has nothing to do with the word monolithic. It's organization. Being a teamster is an organization. It means that C Rock, D Darrell may be of the same system or organization, but you're free to do stuff independently. I, as the monolithic spokesperson for the union, are telling you it's in our best interest to vote for evil Hillary Clinton because she's willing to protect us, blah, 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 blah. You may hate that. You may vote against that, but it's my job to keep you as monolithic as possible. Another example, C Rock, if black men would hire black men, if black men would stop hiring whites, women, all this other type of stuff, our sons would have an easy ride. Because guess what?
Exactly.
That's what white men do. White men contact D Darrell, hey, C Rock, you got a son? Oh, what? He want to be in the psychotherapy? He can go intern in my homeboy's D Rock thing. Let me call him. Your son walk right in, 17 years old, start working.
Just like that.
Just like that. That's what white dudes do all the time.
yep.
And that's a
That's what I'm
conversation
doing. I mean,
I'm
I have
definitely going to hold on my channel. Those are the
Yeah.
things that we need to speak about. These little secrets that these white men pass to their children that black men don't even know to even pass to their children. Like there's little shit like check this out. White people do something like this. They will give their child, they will open up a account for their child, put $10,000 in that shit for about 3 months. They won't even give the child a debit card. That will boost your credit score immediately just from having 10 G's in your account for 90 days. Those are secrets and stuff that I want to teach people when I get to doing the lives on my channel. Or you put somebody on your credit card and just don't give them a card.
Here's the problem, though.
They'll inherit from that also.
Here's the problem, though, C-Rock. It's this thing that I run into. D. Darrell has ran into. You trying to help niggas? We gotta attack you. we gotta dox you. We gotta contact your job. And C-Rock, I swear, you're gonna be like, hold on, man. Mr. Research told me this. I can't believe you niggas is actually over here doing this shit.
Well, let me explain one thing.
I don't know what it is, C-Rock.
I can't. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I already thought about this years ago. I always made sure that no matter what I did, I kept my name clean. So, people can run my name, nothing's gonna pop up. And I got 3 different sources of income. One source they can take, because one source I work directly for white folks. So they may be able to get that, but the other 2, I'm good. The other 2, I'm good, because I created those streams of income.
No, I'm not saying that anything they do will affect you. I'm just saying how disappointed you'll be that dudes over 28 years old. That dudes over 28 years old are dedicating time.
Bro.
Yeah.
If you see what I do, right? To be honest with you, YouTube is the best preparer for these different types of situations, because you can't be on YouTube with thin skin. If you got thin skin on YouTube, this should eat you alive. I laugh when I read my comments. I don't be like, you motherfuckers. Like, if that's your response when you read them disrespectful comments, you motherfuckers, I can't stand y'all. Prepare to have cancer in the next 10 or 15 years if you still got a YouTube channel. You cannot take none of this shit personal, man. You can't. You know what I do sometimes? Sometimes when people insult me, I'll just put a laughing or smiley face, or usually a ha-ha face or something like that. And then the person will start laughing with me. So when they see it doesn't hurt you, then they don't try it anymore. They go for the jugular. Now, if I get on there, how dare you come on my channel and talk to me like this, you motherfucker. Now, 30 other trolls is like, oh, this must be a soft spot. Let's get him, y'all, let's get him. See, there is no soft spot for me. There is no soft spot. I've already been homeless. I've been shot twice. I've been through all kinds of shit. YouTube is a fucking playground compared to what I've overcome. So this is nothing. You just got to be battle tested for this shit. You cannot be green and come into a world like this. I tell people, this is how I explain YouTube. It is hell on social media. And if you ain't prepared and looking at it like that, then you're going to get fucking destroyed out here.
Now, you are right. Me personally, I don't let it affect me. Now, I've had a couple of dudes say sideline nonsense, right? And I'm from the streets. You can't be doing that too much. It's like, hey, bruh, what are you doing? I don't give a fuck. Okay. So evidently you want to do something outside of this YouTube, because I don't understand why you saying these things from the safety of YouTube or the internet, bro.
There is no safety. There is no safety of YouTube. Yo, you seen how Flacco, once you get that IP address and once that satellite figure out where that signal's coming from, all you need is 2 things: longitude and latitude. This shit is not safe. Somebody can pull up on any of us at any given time, bro. You just gotta be ready.
Look, I'm not saying this to be braggadocious, but 2 things happened. One time I paid some money because the dude just kept going on, and I contacted a homie who videotaped the dude's cam. Right?
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah. Ask all these dudes who've been around here a long time. They've seen the video.
Oh wow.
But it cost me though, But I taped the dude's cam. But this is back when I had the Alpha Male Wisdom channel. I taped the dude's cam and I played back what he looked like, and he was like fat and butt naked in front of the camera. And then the other time I did it the way C Rocks suggested. I got the I did something. It took me about 3 weeks. I forgot how I did it, but I sent the dude a picture of his house off of Google Maps.
Wow.
I said, dude, check this out. I didn't say nothing weeks ago, but I just wanted to let you know. And then he was like, come on then. I said, okay. All right.
Crazy,
you know,
man.
bro.
Give me a second. I'll be right back. Y'all can continue, but I'll be right back.
I had some guy pull up on me off of Facebook before, but it didn't go well because when he pulled up on me, I was with all my brothers and shit. So he wasn't smart enough to just keep driving and like, I'm gonna catch this guy by himself. He decided he was gonna get out. It was him and his friend. I guess he felt comfortable. I guess his friend must be tough to him or something. But long story short, once we got finished stomping the shit out of them motherfuckers, they didn't even make it back to their car. The niggas he ran past his car. They were so scared they ran past their own fucking car. The car was still running, windows open, music going. Like, bro, come back and get your car. We're not car jackers. Come get your car. We don't want your car. The motherfucker didn't come back, man. He sent somebody else to come get his car. Matter of fact, the police ended up towing the car because by the time he got back, there was too many phone calls of the car blocking the street. So the police they pounded his car, man.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I expect people to pull up, man, because when you say certain shit, it's gonna ruffle feathers. I forgot what it was, but he said something to me in my comments, and I pretty much I think I told him, I was like, I don't think you would say any of this shit to my face.
Right.
So it was a hot summer day, and I was outside with my boys, and he pulled up and he recognized me, and he got out the car. He could have got shot. He could have got shot because I tell you for a fact.
Nah, it's practice day.
I ain't gonna say my man's name, but I know for a fact one of my guys had a gun on, and it was registered.
We don't need that. I mean, it's hand practice. That's just hand practice.
Right. That's what my boy said. My boy was like, if I couldn't see their hands, it would have went down. He was like, but I could see their hands when they was coming towards us, so I ain't draw out on them.
Yeah. That's the thing I used to say to cats when I was back in the days. I was like, you know what? Gats and blades are what they are. But and see, I grew up in Northern Cali. Sometimes when people is just really out of pocket, it is one of them situations where you're like, man, hold my gat, man. This you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And look, I done took a couple of L's. I ain't gonna lie. But like I try to tell people, it's the principle of the moment. You're talking out of turn. Okay? So this ain't gonna go well in the hood unless we have this right now. You feel me?
Right.
So for me personally, and again, I admittedly I took a couple of L's, but I done gave more L's than I've taken. So it got to be
that's it.
So it got to be for me. Don't mess with that cat because it's gonna be a long winter. because I'm cool with everybody. Everybody knows me in my hood as cool, but don't fuck with me, bruh.
All you got to do. This is what I be telling dudes. Even if you lose, if you could just get in 1 or 2 punches and hurt that dude, he going home with that pain, yo. You can win a fight and still be sore as shit. I didn't been in a situation like I haven't lost a fight to a street fighter ever. The last fight I lost, I was like 15 years old, and I lost to another martial artist. I ain't never lost to no street fighter.
Here's what I learned, okay? Even if a dude is more talented than me, my goal is to leave some type of visual evidence that he was with me. No, you know that's the warrior code, C-Rock.
No doubt.
I used to Greco-Roman wrestle for high school. I came in second, 165 in California. Okay.
Dope.
The cat who beat me on points. Okay. I don't care. The only dude I'm really afraid of is the Aikido dude, and maybe the karate dude because the hands are quick and the feet are quick. But other than that fireman's carry gets you up right next to a dude real smooth. So, so from a standing position to you making whatever move, that drop to your knee. Now you might catch me with the knee. You got to be thinking like that. You might be that cat. That's why I'm more scared of a keto dude, because everything about he that he does is defense. He ain't trying to do no offense at all. He's reactive. Okay, but my point is, I don't mind taking a loss. I really don't. I've been knocked out once. I told this story.
Damn.
Oh no,
I never
man,
been knocked out. Shit.
No. But check out how it happened though. It's a beautiful story for people who like to fight. I'm a very peaceful person. I don't like starting fights, C-Rocks. I am not saying this to brag. I'm not saying this. I was 16. I went to go visit my cousin. This is a short story. I was wearing all white, from cap to jacket to shirt to white to pants to shoes. I couldn't find my cousin, and I'm already in somebody else's territory. Now, I wasn't messing with nobody, but these three dudes saw that I was out of bounds. But I felt safe because my cousin ran this school, but they didn't know I was connected. Next thing I know, I'm chopping it up to a chick who's choosing on me. These three dudes start running at full force toward me. I knew what it was. I learned in 5th grade, when these dudes tried to jump me, run past all the soldiers and knock the hell out of the ringleader. Make sure the ringleader know you were there, regardless of whether the soldiers beat you up or not. I learned that in 5th grade. So as these three dudes is coming toward me, remember, I used to wrestle. We are very agile, lateral movement. You know about that, C-Rock. We're very agile, if nothing else. Dude, I run toward him, which must have shocked him, but I shot to the right. So he thought I was going to engage him, but I shot to the right and ran past him. which is some basic samurai shit. It ain't about the first or the second person. It's about the third person, right? So I sidestepped him, ran past him, swung at the second guy. He also clipped me, but I knocked the hell out the third guy. Came back around to catch the second guy, but I couldn't get that first guy who I initially passed. That was my plan to get him, but I couldn't. He caught me, blah. First time I ever got hit in the side of the temple. And it felt like a cloud, man. I felt myself drop. I hit the ground, but didn't feel the ground. And I laughed because I was like, it's the first time that ever happened to me. And here they are punching me. I curled up. All the chicks came, I had some little blood. But I'm like, I'm a tough type of dude at this point. Like I said, I ain't really tripping off of it. But after I got knocked out, C-Rock, fight never fazed me again. Because you know what? You fear getting knocked out, right?
Exactly.
Now I'm a dude at 16 who has got knocked out. That shit don't impress me no more. Let's go.
No doubt.
What's up, NC Worker? What's up? What's on your mind, bro?
Yo. Huh?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up?
Thank you for allowing me on your panel. I was just sitting in the back listening, and what was being said earlier was about things that we as black men should be doing for our black sons, as well as for ourselves.
Okay.
I believe that we as black men are going to have to start taking the initiative to start caring about other black men and start putting women and other groups of other people ahead of us.
Okay.
Can you expound on that? So as far as caring about black, what's all that entails? Could you be more specific on things as far as specific things we should be doing and how we should do it?
I'm sorry. I had to do something. Can you ask that one more time?
I said, when you're talking about caring about other black men and so forth, I said, could you give me some specifics on how we should do that and the ways in which we should do that, go about that process.
Well, for one, if we look at the laws, you know, excuse me, we as black men, the workplace environment is not that many of us. So either if we're not in management, then at least the laws that we can start putting together on the books to be able to get us into positions, just like other groups do.
Well, we
Start
we
looking.
already have laws, brother. We got laws where we
Yeah,
can get into those positions. The thing about it is, you got to fight through all the politics to get the position, because white folks have come up with so many different ways to deny you without it being discrimination. That that's how buck dancing was invented. Brothers looked and saw that the shit was already rigged. So it's like, damn, I gotta buck dance my way up to the top. The only way to avoid buck dancing, brothers, is to start your own company, and then you can create your own ladder from top to bottom, and put whoever you want to be wherever you want them to be.
That is true. I will say this on what both of y'all are saying. We do have laws; they're just not strong laws. Like EEOC, EEOC is not bankrupt enough uh, financially by the Senate, even though black men make up 40% of the cases every year. So whether that be from black males complaining about applying the positions and them not getting them, or not being interviewed, or being let go for a strange reason. The black guy at Facebook got let go, and he still don't have a valid reason why they terminated his situation. And he wasn't contract; he was an employee. So that's the weird thing about his situation. He's supposed to be an employee, and the contract people got more weight than he does.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because the contract gives you security. When you're an employee, aka employee at will, you're fucked. I mean, if you don't got a discrimination case, sexual harassment, something like that, when they let you go, they just let you go. And God forbid, if you over here where I am, if you ain't working for the place as an employee at will for at least 6 months, you're not even entitled to unemployment. So they got laws like that, and they'll get rid of your ass right at that 6 month mark, just so they don't got to pay you. So gotta have your own shit, fellas. That's the only way around racism. Ownership. Y'all know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah,
I
I
would agree
believe
that
that
I would agree.
entrepreneurship
It is.
definitely.
I would go ahead, G.
What I was going to say is entrepreneurship can neutralize a lot of the issues that we have. You know, because if we invested in ourselves and also hired ourselves and operated within ourselves, we wouldn't have to deal with the inner workings and the issues that other people bestow upon us when we come into their places of business. You don't you
Well,
don't
that's
have to deal with the issues of black men should act like this, talk like this, dress like this, or do these certain things, wear your hair. You don't have to deal with those things if you have your own businesses, and the businesses are created for us.
well.
Right.
Because go
That's
ahead.
the only drawback. That's the only drawback I have with it is that when you create your own, it's insulated. You create your own D Darrell, you still hired some black men who were able to see the vision and act right. Okay.
Right.
But a lot of times when guys create their own, they're not creating their own where other black men can benefit. Or they're creating their own and then they hire 80% women or 60% white people.
Okay.
So
Right.
while I will agree with C Rock on creating your own, if we're not hiring, then we are just making money, which ain't nothing wrong to his point, because that's the strength of his argument is that you create a situation where nobody can take it from you and you make your own. But at some point in time, we have to expand that and employ in some form of fashion, I would think.
It's funny you talked about how men hire a lot of women, and I can understand that because women. I hate to say this, but Women, when it comes to working for you, they're more loyal, they're more clean, they're more neat, and they are more punctual when it comes to being on time. When you hire men, you have to be careful of the nature of that man or the attitude of that man, because some guys only go into a company just to take over the shit. You know, not a lot of dudes understand that. Look, if I want a position that someone else already has, I have to help them get the position that they're going for, so it could be a peaceful transition. Now, a lot of dudes are coming to a company and just try to destroy the guy that's in the position that they want, and that'll cause conflict.
That's very true. But what you just said is hurtful toward the 20% of guys who that's not about. What you said is factual, 80% factual. But then what I end up seeing sometimes, and I've had to see even in my own anecdotal situation, you'll have people have that same energy toward the 20% who ain't even doing that. Now, people are creating a Ku Klux Klan narrative for the 20% based on their 80% experience. I'm not saying it's not fair for them to feel that way, because they have done the 80% rule, but we can't even build up the 20% guys because they all are being looked at under the 80% narrative. And in retrospect, we have women who have the same 80% screw up, but they are allowed 90% second, third chances. And then when they come up, like they did in the 80s and the 90s, the first thing they want to do is hire anybody except the black male, even though D. Durrell and C. Rock might have gave them their first job. I find it ironic, and I'm going to make this last point and shut up for a while because I got to go work out. I find it ironic that people like, and I'm going to use a celebrity example, Janelle Monáe was helped by Puffy to even come up. Nobody was paying attention to that girl in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta when that girl was out there. Nobody was paying attention. But the minute she comes up, now she's anti-male.
Yeah.
But check this out. Let's talk about that 80 to 20%, right? When you're doing business, we know it all comes down to numbers, right? So even though it's an 80% success rate, that's a hell of a high success rate. The 20% to me in business is, that's the tear. That's the dead weight. You know, you're never going to get 100% success rate in any fucking thing you do. So, I mean, I like the 80 rule. I like that. If somebody came to me like, listen, I got a plan that's 80%, it's going to be 80% chance that it's going to be successful, I'm going to listen to that guy. And the other guy talking about the 20%, I'm like, listen, man, beat it. You know what I mean? I want that 80%.
No, C-Rock, I was talking about 80% of the black males are screw-ups, to your point. The point you were making.
Hell no. Hell no. I ain't even speak on black men. I was just talking about the females.
No. I'm talking about 80% of black dudes are screw-ups and 20% are good. We're not
That's
looking
what you're saying?
That's what I'm seeing, state to state. But because
80% screw-ups?
Well, okay, I'm going to use what you said verbatim. Guys come in not recognizing that they don't screw up C-Rock's business. Guys come in who are trying to take over C-Rock's situation or don't value it the way it should be. 80% of those guys is the black male norm. Okay. And to your other point, women tend to be more on time and blah, blah, blah. Right. But what I'm saying is, if we don't find a way to protect the 20% of dudes who may know more than C-Rock, but I just appreciate this opportunity, C-Rock, man. Hey, Mr. C-Rock, I saw the Adore freezer was open, man. I went ahead and closed it. I don't know if that's the right thing. Dudes that really are trying to be how they supposed to be, they get muffled. They don't get a second chance and a third chance the way the women who are on time, when they screw up, they get second and third chances. So all my point is that the 80-20 was about how we look at the black male image. when he is trying to do right and is trying to change that narrative. We got to find some way to double the 20% of dudes to make them 40% and tone these other 80% dudes down who do wrong, like you said, C-Rock, down to 60%.
That's easy. It's easy to cure that. These guys just need to be coached. They need to be coached, man. The takeover attitude comes from the streets. You know, it's like go hard or go home. They take that into corporate America, and that's where they fail. They just need somebody to teach them how to move into corporate America, as opposed to how they would move in the street. They don't know the difference. They apply the same tactics they use in the street in the business world. So they just need tutelage, man. They just need to be molded. That's it, man. That's it. These brothers, if you give them a good enough salary, they'll sit down and listen. I learned that a long time ago. If you're paying a brother enough money, he'll humble himself. But if you're giving somebody chump change, they ain't never going to take no information from them. You got to really, really give them some enough money where it change their life, man, and make them comfortable. Because nobody want to lose a good check that come every week or every 2 weeks. So you got to give a motherfucker something to lose, and then you just teach them up from that point. You know, when you go from being in that club and you can only afford 2 drinks for that night to buying bottles, oh, you're gonna respect whoever's paying you. Believe that. Because the world's gonna treat you different because they counting your money while you popping bottles, the world's gonna treat you different. So you definitely gonna have to go home and reflect like, damn, my boss has got me out here. I'm living the life. You know, you're
So
less
basically, what you're
susceptible
saying, pay a person what they value, what they think they're worth, and that can definitely change some things.
Yeah, you can definitely buy a person's loyalty. That's why, look, that's why a motherfucker will run to a white company, right, and get the health and the medical and all that other shit. They'll run to them because it's a better package than working for a black person. Sometimes they might just want to pay you under the table. You know, so you might be getting good money under the table, but in the long run, you know, it's time to get that SSI check or some shit, you're fucked. So you got to have the same shit your competition, the competitive other employers have. You got to have what they have or better in order to compete. That's the name of the game. So, like I said, give a man something to lose, and let him feed his family with the money that you giving him because you writing his check. So he got to appreciate you. His girl ain't arguing with him no more. The bills is paid. They going on vacations. You know what I'm saying? You improve their quality of life, they'll take care of you. That's where loyalty comes from when it's time to look at your boss. Like, what are you doing for me to help me with my family and my dreams and shit like that, man? You know, it's about that check.
Thank you for saying that, man. That gave me another level too. You're absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you're right. You know, creating some level of comfort can definitely, you know, open a person's eyes on how they should function. Because once you get used and conditioned to that, and you see the positive benefits of that, you're going to want to continue that situation. You know,
yeah, you're gonna want to maintain it.
You're not going to want to risk it for nothing. You know,
right now, I don't know if you guys have a market basket in y'all state. Do y'all have a market basket supermarket?
Yeah,
market basket.
Yeah,
I think I've never seen one in Houston, but I think I've seen one in Dallas.
Okay, that started over here, right? There was it was 2 men. They were related. Now, one of the owners had more ownership in the company, so he had more say so. But he was a dickhead to all the employees. So what happened was the owner, the one that had, I think he had 60% ownership, and the other guy had 40%. But the guy with 40%, the employees loved him. So the guy with 60% decided to try to get rid of the guy with 40%. You know what happened? Every employee went on strike and said, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, we're not coming back to work. So the moral of the story is whoever takes care of the employees is the person who owns the company. See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, from a functional
man.
standpoint.
Yeah.
Because they tried to buy him out, and they was like, the hell with that. You ain't buying him out. We want you to leave. So he ended up selling his 60% to the guy with 40 because the employees didn't want to work for him no more. They didn't like him.
Wow, he actually sold his stake.
Wow.
Yeah, he got rid of it because everybody wanted him
I
gone.
wouldn't have been there.
What else could he do? No. To a C-Rock's point, what else could he do? Because
Nothing.
Be a solid partner.
No.
They went on strike.
Okay. Here's the problem. Here's what C-Rock didn't say to you, D. Darrell. The guy showed his cards. So the other owner now has the power of leverage. He understands if you don't give me everything right now,
you're gonna lose the whole
your
business.
shit'll be devalued.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And look, I would have said this to you, D. Darrell, if you had said silent partner. Based on what C-Rock said, and that's a very good point, C-Rock. Shout out to you. I would have said, every minute you make me wait, you lose $10,000.
And that's what the deal was. It was like 150,000 or something like that a day that they were losing as these people are on strike. And they were like, we're not coming back until you leave. And the dude was like, yeah, we're going to lose everything.
And look,
if you don't just sell your shit.
What if
He's like, I'll pay for your 60%.
What if I just keep my share, D. Darrell, and I don't show up either? You still own it, right? Right?
No.
Right?
No, you don't.
No,
not on paper.
No. I'm just saying, technically, he still own it. Ain't no employees to work it. So just like C-Rock said, you losing money every day.
Every fucking day. And they was outside with signs telling him to resign. That shit was crazy.
Let me ask you this, though, fellas. This is what I mean by being monolithic. That's why I think the word monolithic is what blacks should do. Monolithic does not mean think alike. In the dictionary, in the dictionary, it says system or organization or marble or stone. I don't know what plantation people got this term that think alike. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with folks being on one code, on one mission. Hey, look, I don't even like C-Rock, but guess what? We gonna go against D. Darrell today for the sake of our sons. And that's what Asians do. That's what Latins do. Motherfucker, you think them motherfuckers like each other? No.
That's what white people, white people do that too. White people do that all the fucking time. They will do a business deal with a motherfucker they can't stand.
They can't stand.
Just because the greater good in the situation is better than voicing your dislike for a motherfucker.
Pakistanis and Indians don't even like each other in their own country. But once they get here, them motherfuckers form like Voltron.
Yep.
Because you always go back to whatever you know, whatever you're used to.
That is true. Definitely true. I see that in Houston, especially in the medical field.
How you think these motherfuckers, when they building these jails, they already know who's coming back? They know who's coming back. They know because they like, you have nothing to change your outcome when you leave here. You're going to go around the same people and get the same results in them same situations. And guess what? We got this motherfucking bed right here waiting for you because we know you're coming back. Now, if a brother go out and change his circle, change his friends, he going to change his life. Somebody said something real deep to me. They said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I said, holy shit. I cut like 15 people off after I heard that.
Hey, look, most of the cats I deal with, there's, you know what, matter of fact, I'm going to say 30% of the cats I deal with, I don't necessarily like as people. But for each other, we are loyal toward helping each other. And these cats is international. So our concepts are international. I tell the story all the time of my homeboy. Me and him bump heads a little bit, but we really care about each other. But man, look, I got stopped one time for some bullshit. Cop want to tow my car. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm showing you a brand new license and you telling me something in the system. This is some bullshit. I got to start this new position in the morning. Called my homeboy. I said, man, look, take 5,000 out of my account and come down here before they do classification. You know, because me and him from the hood, we know about this shit. So he goes get the 5Gs. My man put up his $200,000 house as collateral. Those are the friends you gotta have.
Oh yeah. You see, what happened was you guys found a comfortable median, and that's all you need to do business. You know, you find a safe zone for both parties, and you just move forward.
Absolutely. He was in Atlanta one time. I was in Seattle, and he was out on a dinner date with a chick. And I guess he had a hotel or some other shit, and something happened with his card. And you know, he was all embarrassed about it. You man, can you send me 600? Oh, no, this is why I told you to get a PayPal, dude. Shit, fuck the bank, and got him the 600. No problem. You gotta have friends like that, and that's the C Rock's point. Yeah, you're absolutely right, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right.
I mean,
All right.
we're like-minded men here. We got like-minded men here. Maybe we could probably do some kind of venture someday. Just put some ideas together, man. This is a think tank. This is what we need more of. And I'm going to speak on that also. We need more black think tanks where we can just spew out ideas and just see what we can do with whatever idea we think we can, you know, accomplish something with. White folks have think tanks all the fucking time. That's how they stay ahead of us. That's how Asians stay ahead. That's how everybody stays ahead of us. Everybody plans. They got 10-year fucking plans. We mad if the shit don't happen the same day. We thinking it's a bad idea. We go to something else. Sometimes you just gotta let some shit marinate for about 5 to 10 years, and that's all it takes. Sometimes just patience, man. You know, instant gratification is not always a good thing.
You know
and
what?
sometimes that late. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, to prove that point, I had an idea with D Durrell. I am still working the kinks out of that. I got 2-3 people running test models right now through Eventbrite and MailChimp. And I'm trying to work the kink. You are absolutely right. That shit takes time. I've had people fall off. I've had to re-educate people. It's a time-consuming shit to get the system right. That shit just don't fly overnight. I'm still working on that, D Durrell. And how long have I talked to you about that shit?
Yeah.
Still trying to get the kinks out. I done redid the operating procedure for the employees twice. All type of shit, man.
Hey, that's how
you
it
gotta
is,
start
man.
from scratch. You don't gotta start from scratch, man. Look at a successful company that's already thriving, man. Go look at their employee guide and their policies and
no,
shit like that. You could lie. You could lie and go to a human resource person and be like, I'm interested in working for this company. Can you show me the employee handbook and the policies?
No, you're absolutely right. The problem is that when I've been a manager for quite a while. When you implement a procedure, especially for a new model of business, you can clone, which is what you're saying. You can clone that business model, but the problem is how it applies to the employees. Because what I try to tell people is, I love employees, but you always got to think employees are very country dumb. And you have to create a system that is so self-explanatory that they know how to do the next thing while you're sleeping at home. If not, every little thing you're going to be blown up a cause. Every little thing you're going to be like, D Durrell, didn't we discuss that at the meeting on Saturday? Oh yeah, but I want to make sure. D Durrell, what does the manual say? Well, I wasn't sure because this part says, you're gonna get that all the time.
I worked on the Spirit of Boston, managed restaurants, all kind of shit. It's very simple. You give a person a main responsibility, and then what you do is every so often you rotate people. And then what happens is you end up with employees that can do everything in your restaurant. It's very simple. I saw Chipotle do that to people. And that shit makes it so if somebody calls out, anybody in the restaurant can fill in for them, and it's not like, you know, a long day for everybody because this one guy was the only guy who knew how to do some shit. Just got to
True.
rotate employees. That's all.
Now I'm going to throw you a curve. So you're right. You do a rotating pyramid, which is what I call it. So you are absolutely right. Now, what do you do about those who feel like you're disenfranchising them by having other people take their role?
Well, nobody's ever going to feel like that because you're going to constantly keep them moving around. You're going to constantly keep them evolving. You just tell that employee, like, look, if you only want to be here to flip burgers, then I can't use you. I need people who can do multiple things here. And then once you drop that on them, it's up to them to stay or leave. But like I said, if you keep rotating people, they don't feel like they're in control of one part of the restaurant. They start to feel like they're everywhere doing everything. And it's no one's responsibility to just flip burgers. We all do it. See what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you're constantly training new people every time you lose people doing that?
The restaurant, I was actually the general manager of a wing stop. And no, I wasn't even doing it. I had it to the point where my employees were training employees.
Oh, okay. You relied on the employee. So I
just partnered them up. I would just partner them up, just like how I circle people. I do that with the new employee. I put him with the cook one day. All right, tomorrow you're gonna be with the guy who does the French fries. All right, tomorrow you're gonna be with the guy who cuts the vegetables and the potatoes, and then the next day you're gonna be with the cleaner guy, so you can learn about all the fucking you know, chemicals and shit like that. And then the next day you're gonna learn how to stock the freezer, the refrigerators, and you know, so they go in there just not claiming anything, just wanting to be everything and learning to be everything.
Right. So here's the only pushback, and I'm not saying you're incorrect. So there's a cultural difference between the person who believes they're an artist at what they do versus the person who's just a bumblebee going from one side of the hive waxing, going to the other side of the hive waxing. Sometimes what happens in, let's say, medical, for example, you couldn't do that in a medical environment at all because I'm just giving an example about the cultural difference. In our environment,
if you rotate people in an emergency room.
No, I'm talking about people that don't even deal with patients. No, I'm talking about just paperwork. Just paperwork. What happens culturally is that some people believe they are artists. You see what I'm saying? And what you'll get many times is if you don't protect the artist doing what they supposed to do at the highest quality level, you'll mess around and get a bunch of bumblebees who are constantly creating legal problems for you. Like when you, in your model that you're talking about with the restaurant, when that messes up,
not one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the restaurant, you don't have some of the pushback that can come from people who feel like you're treating them like the rest of the folks. Okay, and you're
talking about an environment where people have college degrees and shit like that.
No.
I'm saying that's the only way that it could backfire, because if someone went to school specifically to do one thing or two things, I can't put you in a different position in corporate America because everybody has degrees for their positions. But in a restaurant, that doesn't happen.
Right. Okay. So let me give you another example real quick. I don't mean to take up time. Let's say you go a situation where nobody got college degrees. You're making T-shirts. Okay. An NC worker, when he's working between the 8 and 6 shift, he gives you the best quality. Okay. Now, to your point, everybody can make T-shirts, but something about batch 29 sales. That's what I mean by artists.
Okay, so you meant literally artists.
It's something in business they call the person who believes they're an artist. Okay, it's hard to deal with these people, but they are the business sometimes. Okay, just like D. Durrell. Huh?
I said you're describing me.
Okay, just like D Durrell. You see, so me and D Durrell had this conversation because I've been a practice manager before. I know how to protect D Durrell. D Durrell believes all that revolves around him. I can't make a everybody does everything to suit his ego. Okay? Because the real star of the place is D Durrell. Whether he touches a patient or not is irrelevant. There's something in business that's called the artist. These guys who the business really surrounds them in some form of fashion. So, like I said, with NC Worker, he may make T-shirts, and we are killing it, right? But it's only but it's only batch 29 for some reason. Every other
So you're
batch
basically saying some people you have to cater directly to.
You got to create a system where some people are more protected because they make the situation work. Here's my last point. So I have two online businesses. One, events, which is on hold because of COVID, and one is a clerical business that does people's resumes and some other functions, right? And we charge people $100 to $300 to do 100 resumes for them or 100 applications for them. We do a lot of stuff for them, right? So it's not just resumes. So the value of that, the person is expecting you to do 100 applications online for, let's say, X amount of dollars, right? I have to price point that through margins for time allocation. So if NC Worker is producing at a higher rate than D
I get your point.
Right.
I get your point,
but they're all multifaceted. To your point, I gotta protect NC Worker more than I do D Durrell. And if I don't have a system that forces D Durrell to be at somewhat of a caliber of NC Worker, then I end up putting all the weight on NC Worker, and NC Worker starts to notice. And now I'm in a meeting with NC Worker on his leaving. I learned this lesson, C-Rock.
I never do that, because to me, right there, you're creating an environment where you're it's favoritism. That will destroy the morale of all of the people who feel like they're less than that person. It'll be conflict and all kind of other stuff. You cannot visibly treat anybody better. Maybe behind the scenes you could be like, yo, D, look, man, you're my man. But that's why you go out on a lunch. You go out on a lunch with your best employee. You let them know, like, look, listen, you my man, but at work, I can't show people that.
No. You absolutely right. I'm just saying I put it within the system, because what happened was I had a lady who was super all-star. She was better than the 6 other people I had, more reliable and everything. But I treated her just like you said, just as one of the bumblebees. Everybody gets a piece. Well, I was in that mode so much that when she would mess up, I didn't see her as the strength of the company. She walked out. She said, you know what? You don't even have to pay me. I feel so disrespected, because she didn't want to be considered like everybody else. Do you know?
And she got to go.
Yeah, but do you know it took me 2 years to find somebody almost as good as her, because now the weight falls on the other 6 people, and I realize these people are not producing quality at the rate that she was. She took up 70% of the quality, and I didn't even realize it because I was treating everybody equal. That's just my summation. It doesn't mean I'm right, but that's just how I saw it.
Yeah. That's why you got to have a one-on-one with that kind of person. You got to have one-on-one meeting with that person in private and let them know, like, listen, you are my heavy hitter, but I cannot show people that in the workplace. And if that person wants you to show favoritism in front of everybody else, which will lead them to feeling like they're less than, and you got to let that person go. That's just a part of business. I mean, look at white folks. How many times have you been at a job and you was the best dude on the damn work site, but if you didn't follow the rules, they got rid of you? Because what happens is you become a cancer to the company. You can be as talented as you want, but if you don't stay within the system, then you're a problem. So that
Well,
it's black and white in business.
I'm going to say it all depends on the industry and the size of the business. Because I think in small businesses, the person that's the artist needs to be protected and needs to be valued, whether people like it or not. Now, in a larger, more you're looking at it from a mid-size to more corporate, where there's 100, 200 or more people, that may be the case. But I think it definitely is it definitely relates to people that operate in small businesses, because when you really look at it, most businesses in America are small businesses. And I'm gonna be honest
Right.
with you, in my business, certain and in a lot of businesses, it's just like you work in a law firm, and the law firm is Johnson and Michaels. And if Johnson and Michaels is, and let's say they employ 5 other lawyers that are not producing, but people are coming there to get because of Michaels and Johnson, not because of the other five lawyers, even though they could be doing a great job. If Michaels and Johnson leave, you ain't gonna produce the same.
But let me tell you why my system still works even in that situation that you two are talking about. You're the best at what you do in the company, right? I already know that. So everybody who comes in the door, guess what? They're gonna be your little brother. I'm gonna put everybody underneath your wing to learn how to do what you do, so I can duplicate you. And by duplicating you, you can't be arrogant anymore, because you can look to your left and to your right and see people doing just as good or better now. So when you have one person who is that good in one thing, then you lose leverage when you got only one person great at that one thing. You got to have multiples.
I love you, C-Rock, and you're right. C-Rock, I love you and you're right, but not in an artist situation. It will never fly, even though it makes mathematical sense what you're saying. You got to think these dudes are like Prince. You can't come in there talking about Michael Jackson make music too.
I think the position of that to me, I think that particular strategy of managing or operating business, it's, to me, would be more conducive of retail or restaurant or businesses like that are more service orientated in effect. But when you're dealing with things like in medical, legal, and more administrative, that's just not going to work. Everybody's not going to be treated.
That's what I said.
You're not going to be treated the same.
Yeah, right. That's why I said if you're dealing with degrees, college degrees and bachelors and all of that shit, of course you can't move those kind of people around. But if it's a situation where everyone has a high school diploma, they come in at the same education level, it's all about effort and drive at that point. That's the kind of business I like, working with people on those levels. But yeah, if you got a college degree, if you got a license to be a pilot, I'm not going to put you on an 18-wheeler. Of course not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and everything. Any last words?
Now, this is a great discussion. Great discussion.
Yeah, man. I need to talk more business, man. I gotta. That may be one of my things for 21. Do more business orientated stuff, as far as things on that level. I don't actually talk enough about it.
My last thing is, we could solve the black man's problem if we hired the qualified, skilled brothers out there. If we protected those fall in line, do what they were supposed to brothers. I ain't talking about the cats that just got black faces. I mean the cats that know how to shut up and play the role. Because whether it be you trying to have money to fight the police officer and not relying on public defenders, that's economic. If you baby mama issues and you need that lawyer to fight the welfare man, that's economic. We got too many dudes who, unfortunately, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but they're taking positions that are not economically fulfilling them to fight. And then they don't have disposable money the way they should. I wouldn't have thought this way anyway, either. I'm from the hood. I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing on accident. So I ain't arrogant enough to believe that, but I'm trying to say, if cats is out there doing service jobs, all these other people, if you notice, they taking manager and like C-Rock said, owner jobs only. They not driving the bus with y'all. Maybe the one Indian lady, maybe the one Russian, maybe 5 people is there in the janitor with you. But a lot of these people are coming to the country, manager of the janitors, manager of the bus drivers. They just got here 3 years ago. So we got to look at it from that standpoint. That's my last words.
All right. NC Worker.
Right.
I'd like to say thank you for having me up here. And I actually enjoyed this very much, speaking about business. At the end of the day, if we want these things to be put into action, things that have been spoken about, that we have to be very serious about and actually start working on the things that we speak about. And thank you for having me up here again, and I hope everyone have a great day.
All right.
All right, y'all. Good night.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night, man. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Appreciate everybody for supporting D-Durrell the Rebirth channel. Those that are watching me from This Is Not D-Durrell, appreciate you all for coming aboard. I will be doing content tomorrow during the day and during the weekend. I will be on vacation next week, and I will be doing a lot of content next week up until Christmas. So look forward to seeing that content, and I definitely look forward to conversing with you all in the process. Y'all have a good night.